Hello, everyone. Um, Thanks a lot for the brief introduction. And thank you, NewsX and Business World, and all the sponsors and associations for having me here. It's an honor to be on this stage and introduce myself. But before I dive deep into what I am and who I am and what the work that I have done. Let me start from the bottom because I am specifically known for taking brands on top. So when I started my career, I was really young, like I was around 15, 16, where I dived deep into marketing and where I started working with St. Regis and many other hospitality brands as an intern. But I was the fastest person there to get the promotion to a manager role. Then I started managing a team of 7 people. I was when I turned 18, and yeah, so that's how my journey began. I was always passionate. I was very competitive in nature, but let me tell you one thing. Since there are so many young audience over here, I want to talk about two things. One is stories. Second one is the mistakes and how can you use your mistakes to write your stories. So one thing that I have always learned and that I am learning throughout these years is make a lot of mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you can't learn from it and you can't have your own story. And that's the reason behind the name ASTT, because I believe every brand has a story to tell, and I am a brand myself, so I have a story to tell, and one day I'll get a platform, or the brands would get a platform to showcase their stories to a wider audience. So I'm very honored to be here on this stage where I can showcase my story and might inspire you guys to one day that you can also tell your story out loud. So that's what ASTT is about. It's a marketing company. And yeah, so moving back to when I was a manager, marketing manager, like managing a team of 7 people, I made a lot of mistakes because I did not know what to do, honestly. Still, I was there. I was at that level where I could become a marketing manager. I did not know what to do. I was like, what is this? What are the terms? What are the terms that are these people even using in marketing? But I was working with big brands. I was making moves. I was making them money. So that is the value that I created for myself because I was doing that and I believed that I could. So everything starts with a belief, everything starts with a random line, no matter what you do. What I feel when I started building my own brands, especially when I was doing my um, third year assignment in college, where we had given to build your own brand. So I took an example, like an inspiration from a very sustainable brand called as Doodle Age. I love that brand, and I just took an inspiration and I created a PPT out of nowhere. I was like, okay, let me just draw a random line and start. We had a very limited deadline, and then I started joining the dots one by one. So, and then in the end, how it was fruitful because I joined the dots and I made it into a presentation which I had envisioned, right? So in the end, everything works out. So, and right now, if you can see, yesterday only we signed the brand with Doodleage. So Doodleage is one of our brands that we are working on as a company. So from an inspiration to a vision to somebody that you can work with. So everything starts with a random line. Everything starts with something that you never know that is going to happen one day. But you start and you start believing in yourself that you could do it, right? So that is something that I have learned. So and make a lot of mistakes because I went back and through so many things while I was making the PPT. But then when I learned is what I learned is that when I started working managing a team of 7 people as a brand manager with big companies, I did not know anything about marketing. But when I started working on that project, I knew a lot of things about marketing. I started to understand why research is so necessary for every brand, why research is so necessary even for a person. So even if you're associating yourself with a person, right? There was a time when I was working with a luxury brand as a brand manager at the age of 21. I was working them as the pan India brand manager. The luxury brand used to curate collections for Queen Elizabeth II. So during that time, I was at the most senior level person. Though I was very young at age, one restriction that occurred to me was um, it was that first of all my age was really small, it was really young. So there were many people who were under me who would get intimidated by the fact that I was very young, and they would point out every time that you are so young, you have a lot of life ahead of you. But you can, I mean, even if you make a mistake, we are there to not lift you up, but try to demotivate you, because you are young, you don't know anything. But these days youngsters know a lot of things that maybe a person who is so much experienced might not know anything. You might learn a lot. So that's the power of associating with the people, that's the power of talking to people, even no matter what age they are, right? So if you are talking to that person who might be younger than you, so you might learn something from them, right? So that is something that I learned, that you can make a lot of mistakes. You can make mistakes like even the silliest mistakes, for even so you don't have to be scared of anything. You don't have to be like, okay, this is something that I might not be able to do it. What if people judge me? People are going to judge you anyways. Even if you do good, even if you do bad, people are going to judge you. They'll be there for you, right behind you or in front of you, to be an obstacle. But what you have to do is believe in yourself and start from something. When I started with ASTT, it has been good 7 months. We had a lot of hurdles. In fact, I can say that November was the most difficult month for us. Like, most difficult month. We did not even know how we were going to even retain the company. So, how did we as a team stay together? We are a women-led team, by the way. So we each and every person in our team, they are all youngsters and they are women. And we just sat down and we said, we keep going. We are not going to stop. No matter what, if there is no work, we won't stop. We will find work and we will create our own work. So that's the power of our mind. If we have a mindset placed at one place, we create things. So like even in the previous presentation, he nicely explained like how wide the universe can be. Same as a mind can be our universe. And our mind is as exponential as the universe, right? So it has endless possibilities to achieve and to gain a lot of things and to learn and to contribute to what you want to become. There is no barrier for your mind to think. So as long as you're thinking straight, as long as you're thinking as long as farther as you can, everything is possible for you. If you are starting out, don't think about the future. I personally feel like that if you think like this is something that is going to happen in the future, you're already putting a barrier for yourself. Think about what are you doing now and how are you building up things in order to achieve your goal in the end. So small steps leads to success, and that's how stories are built, right? So when we even talk to brands, they come up with a lot of problems that they have. So that's our tagline goes like, tell us your problems and tell us your stories, and we will use your stories to solve your problems. So many people have their own stories. Each and every person in this room, they individualistically have their own story, right? So you might need a mic right now to say it out loud, that this is something that I believe in and this is something that I want to engage other people with and inspire other people with. No, even if you're very small, you might have something that you are trying to face, right? Even there might be something in the school or in the class or in the tuition. You might want to achieve something, but there are many barriers. But one thing that can resolve all of the barriers is our mind. You tell yourself that I can do it, and everything else around in the universe will do everything in order for you to do it, because you believe it, it's already there, you have already achieved in your mind. So it all starts with it, it all starts with your mind. It, if you want to feel like, so I have heard that there are many people, there is somebody who is the youngest mountaineer in this room. So one thing, when I was probably 13 years old or 14 years old, I am also a mountaineer. I have also been on the summits. I had this dream of climbing Mount Everest, at least of going to the base camp and climbing Mount Everest. I know the entire route of how to go to the summit, right from the airport to the summit. I can go there alone. I can still go there alone. But you really need somebody along with you to actually go there. But because of some reason, I got injured twice when I started applying for the NIM. So when I did that, I was like, okay, no matter what, I had a knee injury at first. So I fought back. I fought really bad that I this is something that I want to achieve in my life. This is something that I want to do in my life. So I got back. I started working out. I started working out every day that I want to achieve this summit. There's no barrier that is going to stop me from doing it. So there are certain things, if you want to do it, you can do it. It's not like I have achieved that summit yet, but I'm still trying to do it, and I will do it. I know it. No matter what my age is going to be, even if it is taking me a lot of time, I would do it. I want to go to the base camp. I want to see the mountain of my dreams. There is nothing like the climb. There is nothing like the passion if you want to go and achieve something, right? So I think that is one thing about achievements and driving passion and having a mindset well aligned for you, because you know it deep down that this is something that you want to achieve, and these are the steps that you want to take in order to achieve that, no matter if somebody else is having a projection of how you should be or what you can achieve or what you cannot achieve. Then you know what you have to do in order to achieve your goals or milestones, right? And you do you always. Even if you feel like you're stuck, you can gain help. You can seek help, and there is nothing wrong in seeking help. One of the mistakes that I have done is I did not ask for help, because I thought like I am well independent, I can do my own things, I am very stubborn, and I can figure it out. Yes, I can figure it out, but sometimes when you are stuck and you know who to talk to, you should definitely go and talk to that person or seek help, because that is something that is going to push you ahead, forward, and not going to take you back or become a barrier. So don't be afraid to ask for help. So stories are made from mistakes, like I said. Then I started working with Netflix. I worked closely with Masaba Gupta. One thing that I learned while working with her is she is super disciplined, very disciplined. She's a celebrity. She has everything aligned for her. She has a lot of help that is going on. Even if she says that I want a bottle of water, she gets it from somebody else. She does not even have to do it. But she has a lot of discipline. She wakes up every day at 5 a.m. She sleeps at 10 o'clock at night, no matter what. She never skips her breakfast. She never skips her workout. She never skips her yoga. She is fit because she believes that if you are fit, your mind is fit, right? When your body, mind, and everything is aligned, all of the chakras around you, they are well aligned, and you become more productive. Because she is the way she is today, and well renowned entrepreneur and well renowned fashion designer, actress, singer, and whatnot, because she believes that she can do it, and because she is well disciplined in order to achieve her goals. So this is the major takeaway while working with her. I was 20 years old at that time, and I did not know why am I even working with her. But then when actually started to get into the industry where I was at a major level, and when I was actually dealing with a lot of people, lot of stress as well along with it. So that's when I understood the power of discipline. So when you wake up early, you never skip the sleep, you never skip your breakfast, you never skip the food, because that is something that is going to keep you going. If you are having your food that is not made at home, which is outside, all fried junk food, you tell yourself that your body is a temple, but will the temple look good if you fill it with trash? So that's the power of discipline. That's the power of having a strong mindset. If you want to achieve certain things, if you want to achieve a goal, you have to take the major steps in order to actually accomplish it. And it also means that you have to take care of your body and your health. If you're skipping your dinners, if you're skipping your lunch, if you're skipping your breakfast, or you're not sleeping well, then it's going to affect you in the long run. No matter how much money you're making right now, it does not matter. No matter what you're achieving right now. But if you want to sustain it for a very long time, you should know that you should sleep well, eat well, and be well. So that is something that an entrepreneur or anybody who is intending to achieve greater goals in their life should have all the chakras aligned. Next is I was working at an agency because I was always at the senior level role. And when you are into corporate, there is a hierarchy. So I wanted to learn more about marketing. I was always a learner. I wanted to learn so much about what I want to become, that I should be everything, like a one woman army. So when I start my own team, when I start my own company, I should know everything. So I started working at different levels, right from associate level. I started working as an intern again, right from brand manager, because I wanted to learn, I wanted to deal with people, I wanted to learn, I wanted to see how other people are, achieving their own goals. So I believe, I am sure that I don't have much time, but I'll tell you in the conclusion that never stop learning, never stop being yourself, and be very authentic, never transactional. Be very kind to yourself and grateful to the universe that you are who you are, because the universe is providing you to be, and you are providing you to be. So that's what ASTT is about. ASTT is a platform for the storytellers by a storyteller. So yeah, and we help brands grow. So that's it.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.